How's everything going? I know it's been a tough season for the Lakers. When you're in a situation like the Lakers are in right now, you're sitting on the bench. Well, you're not even on the bench this time. But does it make you upset? Would you like for them to be doing well without you there, or are you kind of happy that they're not?
No, you want to win. And
yeah.
It's really, it's hard, man. It's hard to be in that environment when, we're literally like at the bottom of the league.
Well, you're welcome to come hang out here.
Thank you. Thank you. It's tough.
I saw a clip today that I feel like I have to show you because I must know what your reaction to this is. So the Lakers had an 8-game losing streak. They beat the Celtics. Overtime, great. This is from after that game.
This got interesting. Hey, come back to Force OT. You got some friends here.
You feel me? We back in the building. Y'all thought we was gone. My man Jay Lane was doing his thing. Jay Hill doing his thing.
Nick out there hitting his free throws. You know how he do it. Jay Lane going to the basket like it ain't nothing to it but to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Mike, man, you got a nice suit on today too, man.
Appreciate that, Swag.
You got that.
Wow.
Now, would that happen if you were there? Would there be a celebration? When I saw that, all I could think of was you. Hey, did you see the movie Whiplash?
That's a great segue.
because I was thinking when I saw that movie.
I would ask them, are they rushing or dragging?
So you did see that movie, yeah.
I did see it.
So in the movie, he says the worst thing that you can say to somebody as far as motivation goes and as far as helping somebody to improve is good job when they didn't do a good job. Right. Or in his case, ever, I think, was the case.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Did you identify with J.K. Simmons' character in any way? Right. That's not. Have you ever slapped a teammate?
Verbally, maybe.
Verbally, but not.
To Bryant. Bryant puts up the three. It's good. Kobe Bryant from downtown. And the foul.
Moments more than Kobe Bryant. He's been called upon to play defense. This could be a gigantic 4-point play. Not only that, but Rudy Fernandez.
Paul to Bryant. Bryant looking for an opening. Gets in. The runner rolls in. Kobe Bryant knocks it down. It's an 8-point game.
Well, you see why
after this timeout.
Thank you from the bottom of my heart. God, I love you guys. And I love you guys. And my family, my wife Vanessa, our daughters Natalia and Gianna, thank you guys for all your sacrifice. For all the hours I spent in the gym working and training. And Vanessa, you holding down the family the way that you have. I can't, there's no way that I can thank you enough for that. So, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. And what can I say? Mamba out.
I think the best way to prove your value is to work, is to learn, is to absorb, to be a sponge. You always want to outwork your potential. As hard as you believe you can work harder than that. And that's what I tried to do when I first came to the league. But basketball is such a direct competition sport. And me coming in at 17, I hated when like my teammates would say, I get hit with an elbow. Like Shaq would hit me with an elbow in practice. And like, you know, Nick Van Exel would come up and say, are you okay? I'm like, what? Are you okay? What the hell's wrong with you? You know, so like I always had that extra chip on my shoulder. So like every day in practice for me was really trying to annihilate everybody that I was playing against. I wanted to prove you don't need to babysit me.
So where I'm like, I have to ask this guy. Like I have to understand, like why he works like that. Right. So after games, I'm like, hey, Kobe, like why were you in the gym for so long? He's like, because I saw you come in, and I wanted you to know that it doesn't matter how hard you work, that I'm willing to work harder than you.
If your job is to try to be the best basketball player you can be, right? To do that, you have to practice, you have to train. Right? You want to train as much as you can, as often as you can. The reason why I can retire now and be completely comfortable. Absolutely beautiful, you guys. I can't believe it's come to an end. You guys will always be in my heart. And what can I say? Mamba out.
零视频 APP 等你下载。
I want to win. I want to win by any means necessary. I want to be the best, simple and plain. There's a choice that we have to make as people, as individuals. If you want to be great at something, it's a choice that you have to make. We all can be masters at our craft, but you have to make inherent sacrifices that come along with that. You know, people don't really understand how obsessed I am with winning. It's not, I don't care about anything else on the basketball court but winning. Yeah, I mean, it's really simple. It's like whatever you're doing at that moment is what you're doing at that moment. You know, it's like that's where the obsessiveness is having the attention to detail for the action that you are performing at the time you're performing it. And if you can have that kind of focus, you can't help but to have a certain level of obsession or attention to detail.
My name is Kobe Bryant. I'm 17 years old with the hunger, the motivation, and a desire to be the best possible basketball player that I could be.
Still waiting for a big smile out of you. You're up 2-0. What's the story? Are you not happy, or you're only half happy, or?
Still to be happy about.
You're up 2-0.
Job's not finished. Job finished? I don't think so.
Okay.
I'm thinking about the next round.
Already?
Of course.
You got at least 5 days. Did you not enjoy it just a little?
I'm gonna get close to the top of Mount Everest and just lay down and sleep for a week.
Kobe, you won the MVP, you led the team to the finals. How do you characterize this season?
Well, I mean, the goal was to win a championship. You know, it wasn't to win MVP or anything like that. It was to win a championship. So, you know, from that aspect, we failed.
What is it about Detroit that gets you going like that?
04.
You still remember it?
Of course, never forget.
Is that really the motivating factor? Do you think that every time you come here, that championship you guys lost gets into your head?
Absolutely.
How disappointed are you?
Well, you know, I just hate losing. You know, it's a tough loss. You know, they played extremely well. We just have to get ready for the off season. You know, next season for us starts right now. When it comes to the game, the thing that was most important to me is winning. You know, we have a 1,000,001 excuses that we could go to. Fact of the matter is, we're not going to make any. They played better than we did in this series. We had our opportunities to win it. They didn't go for us. You know, so we just have to regroup. Like I said, next season starts right now, and you know, come back next season ready to play.
How much harder will you work in this offseason now to get back to the championship?
I'll push myself to exhaustion.
My mission is to use this God-given talent that I have to the best of my ability.
What I always try to do through injuries is not think about them, because when the game itself is more significant than the injury, you don't feel the injury. The injury won't get in the way.
because it's not important to you.
I just want it so bad, that's all. I just want it really bad. So, it's just, you just put everything you have into the game, and then, your emotions kind of flow out of you.
And that feeling of playing with that rage was new to me, but I fucking loved it.
I had all this pent up frustration that I needed to let out. It was an avalanche, man. And, there was nothing that was going to get in the way. There was nothing that was going to stop me.
Sacrifice is a loaded word. I mean, you have to make sacrifices every day in your life. If you have the ambition to reach your fullest potential in anything, you're going to have things that you inevitably give up. But to be honest, if they feel like sacrifices, you're probably not doing the thing that you were meant to do. Basketball was the thing for me, so it didn't feel like I was sacrificing a normal life. From the perspective of the person that's actually living it, it's not a sacrifice at all. You're just doing what you want to do. And if you don't have that feeling, that sensation, then you're in the wrong field.
It's the battle that's going on within me that I'm carrying with me to these competitions. So it's not about you. It's not about anybody else. You're not making me go. I'm driving this thing, man, and you just so happen to be a person that's in a way that's, that may get demolished in the process.
Seriously, can you be happy? Can you be happy playing this offense?
Completely, totally happy, no. But happy enough to win? Yeah.
And that makes it all worth it.
And that's good enough for me.
What do you have to have inside to be a great one?
That's tough, because everybody is different. Everybody's different and manifests itself in different ways. I think at the core of us all, though, it's the kind of that competitive drive and, the obsession about the game. The most important thing to me was whether or not the player wanted to be here himself, right? And then when you're here, the most important thing is winning championships. I don't care about anything else. It's winning championships. We don't have to like each other, but you will show up to practice every day, play hard. You will focus and commit to winning. And, if that's the case, then we'll be just fine.
Is your plan just now treatment and see what happens Friday? Would you think about going home? How do you feel about what you do like tonight and tomorrow?
I don't know. I can't get my mind past the fact that I got to wait a year to get revenge.
I got business to take care of, high school. I got business. A lot of teams that beat us in the past, now it's revenge. It's payback time. So I'm going to stay focused on that. I want to win a state championship. So when the season rolls around, I'll be more focused than ever.
As a team and as an individual, are you hungry enough?
Oh, definitely. We're still starving. The legacy that the Lakers have forces us to remain hungry. Magic and Kareem were able to win back-to-back titles, but yet they weren't able to three-peat. That's something that motivates us and keeps us going. A matter of if we can win the series, there is no other option. We have to win it by any means necessary. Come hell or high water, we're gonna get this thing done. We're a part of the history of the rivalry, and there's no way we could go down in history as being remembered as a team that lost twice to the Celtics. With all the history that's going on, right? There's no way. There's no way. So above even winning the 5th championship, it was more like not disappointing the memory of this organization and the rivalry that's been there for decades. That was more important. Last few seasons, you got to a point during the season where you're showing up to the arena and the games mean nothing. You're playing, that's a horrible feeling to have. Horrible feeling to have. And so, I'm hell-bent on making sure that we don't have a season like that. You want to make sure that you're playing late in the season for games that actually mean something, for games that, have playoff implications. Yeah. I knew that I was not going to be stopped. So at the age of 18, this was my life. Right? So you can't possibly become better than me because you're not spending the time on it that I do. Even if you want to spend the time on it, you can't because you have other things. You have other responsibilities that are taking you away from it. So I already won. A person that took no day for granted. You know what I mean? Like maximize his talent. That's extremely important. You can have talent, but if you don't maximize it, if you don't try to study your craft, if your craft isn't the most important thing to you, then I feel like you're shortchanging yourself. And so if they can look at my career and say, you know what, he was obsessive about what he did and reached the highest level of his potential
I'll be very happy with that.
Against Orlando.
You will.
Well, yeah, I think the focus and the intensity that you have to have. 1 through 14. Everybody has to be focused. Everybody has to be ready to go, and you have to play with that sense of urgency on every possession.
Were you asking that question when you won the championship? 2000, 2001, 2002, your three-peat. What questions were you asking yourself during that time?
How can we win another one? Because every year, every time you win a championship, the next time you come back, it's always harder. People are always gunning for you.
So are you going to avoid surgery altogether until you absolutely have to? Or?
I tell you what, you win a championship, I ain't doing nothing. I'm not touching it. Darn thing, leaving it alone.
Normally in New York, I'll go out to dinner and I'll see a couple of my friends or whatever. But that night before the game, I didn't go anywhere. I sat in the room and I thought about the game. I wasn't going to be playing around. I'll come out here on the court tomorrow. I don't care who's hurt. This season, we are winning this damn championship. I don't care what happens. And that was the mentality.
In fact, when O'Neal was suspended over an on-court incident this year, Bryant wore Shaq's number and took his game to another level, scoring 56 points in 3 quarters.
Count it again for Kobe Bryant.
Was that a statement? It was a statement. That's the most upset I've ever been in a basketball game.
Because you at one time maybe felt like people said, oh, you only win because Shaq is your teammate, and then that drove you to...
I never cared about when other people said that. It never bothered me that people said, well, you only win championships because you're playing with Shaq. It bothered me when he said it. You understand? So when he said it, I said, okay, you know what? That's it, because you know what time it is.
After we split apart, were you trying to get more championships than me?
Oh, absolutely.
You were?
Absolutely. And I knew you were going to get one. I knew you were going to get one because of the energy, going into Miami and D-Wade and everything that was there. I knew you were going to get that one. So I knew I had to get at least 2 or 3. I wanted you to get that because I needed that. I wanted that. Like, I wanted people to say, see, this is what they're missing here. This is what they gave up for. Right? Kobe should have been the one to go. Now he's in Miami. I needed that. I wanted that. I wanted everybody to hate me. I wanted to fuel off of that and just come back with so much anger and so much vengeance. So I wanted that. So when you won, right after you won, I went out to the track and I ran. I did my conditioning. I did my drills. I woke up the next morning. I hit my weights. I did my 1,000 shots. I did everything humanly possible to get myself ready. But I needed it. I was like, all right, yeah, good. Actually, after I got drafted, you have to go in, you have to do your calls. So I go in and I do a call and I speak to a representative from the organization at the time. And they said, they told me that, they were looking to move me because they really didn't have any use or need for me. I said,
They didn't have any use for you, even though they traded you for Vlade Divac.
Well, I was, at the time, I was, 17 years old, and I heard that, and I was like, okay. I know what I'm going to be doing every day this summer. All day this summer. Train my butt up. Because when I hear stuff like that, that's just automatically just telling me you can't do something. You can't, we don't need you. I said, okay. Yeah, it's a whole nother year. I'm not, we did last year was great, but it's not that difficult to me. Just forget about it, move on to the next season, win it again.
I think you've said this before, but was 2010 the most important championship?
No question about it. No question about it. No question. Because to lose that one and to be 0-2 to the Celtics, that is a non-negotiable. You cannot do that.
I've seen a lot more of that face this season. Is that because of the challenges?
Well, yeah. It's the drive, it's the rage that comes out. When that face happens, that's the rage boiling over.
How often does that rage boil over?
It happens. It's been happening pretty often lately. Well, I think it's just it's just a matter of what's important to you. And what's important to you for whatever reason. I felt like I didn't feel good about myself if I wasn't doing everything I could to be the best version of myself. If I felt like I left anything on the table, it would eat away at me. I wouldn't be able to look myself in the mirror. Right? So the reason why I can retire now and be completely comfortable about it because I know that I've done everything I could to be the best basketball player I could be.
it might not be a sexy topic for everybody here to listen to.
Right.
Yeah. That's a critical part because you guys want to win a 6th championship. You got to understand that the recovery things that I do, this stuff, it's cutting edge. I mean, it's you have to be obsessive about the process.
But like for you, would it have driven you crazy without, going to the Olympics? Now you have something else to focus on besides what happened in the finals.
It helps. It helps. It gives me something else to focus on and take my competitiveness out on. But I bounce back pretty quickly. Not to say that the loss doesn't sting, because it does and it will. But I get back up quickly and move on to the next one and start thinking about revenge.
No, you want to win. And
Yeah.
It's really it's hard, man. It's hard to be in that environment when we're literally like at the bottom of the league.
Well, you're welcome to come hang out here.
Thank you. Thank you. It's tough.
I saw a clip today that I feel like I have to show you because I must know what your reaction to this.
Okay.
So the Lakers had an 8-game losing streak.
Uh-huh.
They beat the Celtics. Overtime, great. This is from after that game.
This got interesting. We'll come back to Force OT. You got the friends here.
You feel me? We back in the building. Y'all thought we was gone. My man Jay Lynn was doing his thing. Jay Hill doing his thing.
Nick out there hitting his free throws. You know how he do it. Jay Lynn going to the basket like it ain't nothing to it but to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Mike, man, you got a nice suit on today, too, man.
Appreciate that, Swag.
You got
May
that.
as well.
Now, would that happen if you were there? Would there be a celebration?
Like in the game where you turn and you look at somebody like, dude, for real? Come on.
Oh, that face.
That face.
Well, yeah, that face is that's the pissed off. What are you doing? Get your ass in gear face. Which I guess has kind of been labeled as the death stare around here. I guess.
Right, the death stare. What's the Kobe death stare like?
I honestly, I don't know. Cause half the time I don't even know I'm doing it. It's just an uncontrollable thing. It's just that.